to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Listen, man. One of the guys that bust the whole thing open. Hey, yo, that sounded crazy.
Sounds nuts, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You're talking about Afrobeat.
Davido is on Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg. He's back outside, man. We're glad to have you back, brother.
Thank you,
Listen,
man.
The new project, Timeless. Amazing project, a lot of different sounds. Now, I noticed on the project, there's some I'm a Piano, which you've been...
Yeah.
Which is South African.
Yeah, that's like...
There's some High Life, which is Ghanaian.
Yeah,
right? There's Afrobeat. Talk to people about why it's important for all of this to be in one place on this album.
You know what I'm saying? Funny enough, I call this album like the miracle album because like we didn't plan a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was just really recording. I recorded about 62 songs for this album, and in the beginning, I was really in like an amapiano space because that sound. I've always been messing with South Africans since the beginning before amapiano. Yeah. So that's why you hear like a lot of amapiano, and to me, like those lock drums, they wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I did that. And then with the other records, everything was just natural. It wasn't like we sat down and was like, yo, we have to have full amapiano jams. We have to have, everything just came natural. What was special, I feel, was the arrangement of the album.
The sequence.
The sequence and picking the songs. I feel like that's, that was the strong.
What stood out to me, look at the track list. We were just talking about how many American features you see these days on Afro. You did not do that at all.
Yeah, and funny enough, it's reducing. It's reducing, like with African artists wanting to feature, you know what I'm saying, like an international artist. It's actually reducing.
People are getting more comfortable staying with just African artists.
Yeah.
So was that a conscious choice, or did you have songs that just didn't make the cut?
Like, for example, like this is the first album that I didn't feature any U.S. artist, and this is the highest.
It's the
highest charting African album.
Because you have Skepta, but Skepta's Nigerian.
Skepta is basically Nigerian.
He's not.
You know
he is Nigerian.
Yeah, he's Nigerian.
But you know how you can be Nigerian, but you don't. You know what I'm saying? You still an international artist.
Right.
But he be in Nigeria like every other day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he don't really count. You know what I'm saying? So when I did decide to not feature American artists, I charted the highest.
It's the I saw a thing Apple Music put up. It was the highest charting African album
debut
ever.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well, and people are so happy for you and so happy to have you back and so proud of you. I want to go back though. One of our first interviews was in 2015.
Yeah.
Wow, that long ago?
Yeah. And he had you can go look for it. It's in the streaming service. You had an album on the album. I think you had Gucci Mane on the album.
No, I had a Thug. It was Thug.
Young Thug was on the album.
I had what's her name? Tinashe.
Tinashe's on the album. Because many people don't know that you actually went to school for a little bit in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I went to school in Atlanta. I went to school in Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was in
How'd you end up in Alabama?
I didn't, my first semester, my dad, I ain't got good grades, so he sent me to a black Christian college in Alabama.
Wow.
And that was the worst decision. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the first school I was sent to, it was like mixed. There was a lot of Asians, a lot of, Caucasians. It was like 20 black kids in the first school. But the second school he sent me to, I remember my uncle dropping me off. I see like 3 dudes with dreads. I'm like,
this is where I want to be.
So that's where I actually got the inspiration to like really start, because the dude, it was a gospel school, it was a Christian school.
Yeah.
So the dude on top of me, he was the head of the choir for the church. So I'm always hearing music upstairs in my dorm. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, who is this guy? So one day I just went upstairs and knocked the door. I'm like, oh, what you doing? He was like, oh, he records music. So he showed me how to record. Oh, wow. I was like, yo, how much is all this? He's like, $1,500. Yo, my dad probably sent me like 5 stacks a month. So I was good. So I bought the whole studio and then started working, used YouTube, tutorials, and then from there just started recording.
Well, and that's the interesting thing, right? Because a lot of people think Davido, because his father, we've had you on before. It's common knowledge your father's very wealthy, your family's done very well for themselves. But you taught yourself, because your dad did not want you to make music. Dad, Davido told me a story. Your dad used to shut down his concerts.
He sent police to get me. Like he see a billboard, like Davido performing. For example, Davido performing, Wizkid performing, everybody. He will send police to arrest everybody. The show promoter, if you are there, if you are talking to, are you listening? If we backstage and we chopping it up, you gone.
But arrested for what?
So I gotta go
Because
back
he
to
didn't
school.
want him doing music.
Okay.
He gotta go to school.
I gotta
Listen,
go to school.
Nigerian
Yeah,
parents,
what's the charge, right?
Nigerian parents don't give a
Yes.
fuck about your dreams.
So I gotta
go
go-
to school,
I gotta go to
become a
school.
lawyer, become a doctor. They don't give a fuck about your
Just saying,
dreams.
So
arrested
after,
for being
you know-
with my kid.
Yeah. So after a while, you know, he kept on doing it. And then there was one time, this is when I knew, like, oh, I'm lit. They came and got me, and then I'm in the holding cell place, and the dude that's got the keys, his phone rings. It's my song. I said, that's me. He said, y'all Davido? I said, yes. Let me go. I said, ooh, it's on. And then I dropped the record after that. It became like the biggest record in Africa. Like, the president was messing with it.
Wow.
The president was playing it. So he was just like.
So when did your dad give up?
I finished school, but like I had to do like a part-time type stuff.
So his whole thing was, I'm good with the music if you finish school.
Not that he hated music. He just wanted me
Not
to go to
you
school.
making music.
Yeah, nah. He liked music. He just.
Didn't want his son being in
And
the
then
music game.
I feel like he just wanted to, like, if whatever I was gonna do, I had to be like successful. You know what I'm saying? Not just doing it. Oh, my son does music. You know what I'm saying? I had to be like over successful. Like,
So he's proud today.
what?
Everything worked out.
So is he one of those parents? Because you know parents will do this. They'll try to act like none of the other stuff ever happened. And they'll be like, "Oh, what are you talking about? I never
Yo,
did
I've
this."
done so many interviews, and then sometimes he'll send it to me. He's like, I didn't do that. I'm like,
Yes,
you
you did.
Yeah,
That
but
is so true.
He's calling me, asking me, yo, so where next? Blah, 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 blah. Like now he's like
He's in
over
it.
asking questions. Like,
And you're like, "Yo, chill. I
I'm
got
like, yo,
this."
chill, I got this. Are you sure? I said, I got this.
Now you have done something that's very difficult.
Yeah.
Which is you had extreme success.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the one album in 2015, but it wasn't until 2017, 18 when Fall and
Yeah.
If and those things exploded.
Yeah.
Like you huge. Which between those two records and I would say Wizkid Ojulegba, those were kind of the records that really boom before Burna Boy's Yay and then other things started to happen, right? But now coming back to this album, in between those and this album,
Yeah.
talk about that period of time,
Man, it's
getting
been-
back to this point.
Yeah, man, I can't lie. It's been weird. It's been hard. It's been, it's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? Having those type of two big records and not understanding like how they blew up. You know what I'm saying? Especially for me, being the first. Anybody that's the first to do something always, you know what I'm saying? The person that comes after takes the lessons, the things I
Yeah.
didn't do. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying?
And builds on
And
it.
builds on that. You know what I'm saying? Look at Rema. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Rema used to come to the crib, just sitting in the living room, you know what I'm saying? And he got the biggest, song ever.
You got Selena
in
Gomez
history.
on a
You know what I'm saying? So like, and the next dude that's gonna come after him is gonna learn from him.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Being the first, one of the first to do things, makes it difficult. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, you know what I'm saying, a whole wave of African music came. And do you understand? And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, especially like with my management and my team, a lot was going on, you know what I'm saying? So it really took me stepping back and, you know what I'm saying, with this album, like with the last album, I spent so much on just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? With not only the features, just trying to shoot videos, trying to get something cleared. You know what I'm saying? Like my last album, I probably spent $2 million. That's what everything, just, you know what I'm saying? I even spent $300K on this album.
Wow.
And I made more already, you know what I'm saying, in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows me the level of, where African music is going to. But I will tell you this, everything is changing. Things change. Even with what you guys do, everything, changes. Now we have, things like Twitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even with us in the music, industry, now it's like, we got to get this TikTok. We got, you know what I'm saying? We got to do these challenges.
I'll say,
So it's
I'll say this
changing.
though. The thing that, and we talk about this a lot with regard to the songs themselves, especially coming from artists out of Africa. The songs are about love songs. They're not really necessarily about bullshit. And those are the records that people are really wanting. Like, for an African artist to try to make a record that people are already getting from rappers and all that type of shit, it's like,
Exactly.
we want something that we can't get.
Exactly.
We want a feeling that we can't get. We want a story and a perspective that we can't experience, and obviously through beautiful music. And I think that's kind of what you're experiencing right now with this album. Too.
Crazy. Like we actually sat down. And another thing I feel like with this African wave, I feel like, and I was telling Wiz the other day, you know what I'm saying? We gotta own it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the Latinos, they I don't know how to put it, but we gotta own it more. And which is like, you know what I'm saying? That's when unity comes in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's always been a conversation, especially for us, you know, at the top of, oh, wow, who's doing better, blah, 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 blah. Always been with me, Wiz.
It's a competition.
Our fans, they crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that alone, I feel, is already a distraction. You know what I'm saying? You in the Latino, you have Ozuna, you got Bad Bunny, you have blah, blah. They do a record together, 4 of them. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you mean by they own it. They lean into making sure that the world sees us as a unit.
Yes.
And we're moving together.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with Wiz, like, over the years, like, 12 years we have a rift. 12 years. You know what I'm saying? Up until, you know what I'm saying, recently that, you know, we chopped it up and then, you know what I'm saying? So, and I've seen the positivity. I've seen, you know what I'm saying? I've seen the change in the industry a little bit because, you know, everybody's, you know, calming down. And, you know, especially with my situation, the tragic situation that happened to me, he damn near called me every week, you know what I'm saying, since it happened. So
yeah, because, I mean, he got children too, so.
Exactly.
Listen.
So it was just amazing to see. I feel like the next wave of, you know, this year, Afrobeats with Unity.
So what about you and Burner ironing things out?
I spoke to Burner.
Okay.
He called me as well, but we ain't even really spoken like that. He don't really be around, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he's a little reclusive. He's hard to find sometimes, but
I guess.
yeah. But you do plan to make y'all do plan to make shit chill.
I think definitely. Come on. He called me. I told you. He called me, Wiz called me. You know what I'm saying? And funny enough, me and Burner like used to be mad close. Like, you know that.
But when I heard y'all was in the clubs and things got crazy, I was like, wait.
It's funny enough, it wasn't even us. It just be our people. Like, it don't be really.
Isn't that always how it is? Like, literally in every situation,
It was crazy because it wasn't really nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's really our people. But, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're going to chop it up.
Do you feel a level of pride just generally? Like, you've been doing this so long, like being here 8 years ago. When you come to the city now, New York, for example, wherever, and you turn on the radio and just hear one African artist after another?
It's crazy. New York is basically about to be Lagos.
Listen, it's a lot of Nigerians. Yo, they got a Lagos restaurant in Times Square. You know that, right?
I was there last night.
It was rocking, right?
What you mean? Like, right in Times Square, next to Quad Studios.
Yeah.
So I did a meet and greet in Puma. Yo,
it was
so
nuts.
Crazy.
You know, my man produced that. He told me, he's like, yo, that's the craziest meet and greet I've ever put together.
Yo, it's crazy. So that's what I'm talking about, us owning it.
Yes.
Because there's so many Africans in America. There's so many that will sell millions of records just with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the same way with the, you know, with the Latin community.
Yep.
They'll sell millions of records without us even indulging in it. And I feel like that's where we're getting to.
So now, I think maybe the last time you was here, I was telling you about how the Yoruba culture was kept close. And so when you go to Cuba and you go to Brazil, it's a lot of people who aren't Nigerian, but because of the slave trade, they kept Yoruba as a part of their beliefs and culture. Have you had a chance to go experience that yet? And
funny enough, when I was in Qatar for the World Cup, I met the dude from the boss at Afro Eggs and Bank. He was telling me about taking me to Brazil, and he showed me a place in Brazil where Michael Jackson shot his video, a road, and the drummers that
they don't care about
video,
us.
Yeah,
they're all Yoruba.
They're all Yoruba. So he was telling me I'm about to go shoot a video there too. So that's gonna be in the same street. I want to do it with the same generation of the drummers. They still there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be
Well,
cool.
and it's just, you know, man, it makes me emotional. It's heartwarming that the story of the Black diaspora being reconnected because of artists like yourself, you know, and African artists, and just us having, at this moment in history, even having platforms where we can have this conversation and nobody can tell us that we can't reconnect.
Yeah.
You know, how does that feel back in Nigeria and Lagos? What's the energy like? Because artists that are American, like when I think it was Casanova, did you bring Casanova over there back in the day?
Yeah, Casanova came. The baby came too.
The baby, yeah.
The baby came.
Did Chris Brown?
Nah, Chris, he come in December though.
Yeah.
Chris was meant to come like for my birthday last year.
Right.
but he coming in December. Yeah, man, it's just so beautiful to see like everybody wanting to come down and experience it. You've been to Ghana, I think.
I've been to Ghana a few times. Yeah, I have not been to Lagos yet.
Tripping, come on.
I know. Remember how we were supposed to do the whole meet in Ghana and go
but see,
and then, yeah.
Let me the difference of Nigeria and Ghana. Let me just explain how Nigeria and Ghana. Nigeria is New York.
Yes.
Ghana is
Miami, maybe.
It's calm. Where's calm and nice? Maybe like
I'm not in America, so
maybe like
California.
maybe I'll say Cali.
Yeah.
I'll say Ghana's like Cali. So what happens that people tend to go to Ghana more because it's kind of less people. There's more space.
It's more vacation.
It's more vacation, but you trying to like see
Turn up.
everything in one. You want to see the bad parts, the great parts, the everything. You go to Lagos.
And all the cultures, Lagos. All
everything
the cultures.
is in that Lagos. Everything. Do you understand? So if you can survive in Lagos, you can survive anywhere. That's why most of them from Lagos, they come straight to New York. You know what I'm saying? They blend in.
Ignorant question. Is Lagos near water also?
Yes.
So it has beaches too.
Of course.
So it got everything.
We got beaches, we got islands. Take the boat. Beautiful.
What's Victoria Island?
Victoria Island, Banana Island, Ikoyi. Crazy. We now like crazy structures going up, penthouses.
So it's a lot of condos.
A lot of
They're
condos.
doing something
I just
with
bought
the
a
water.
penthouse. Crazy. You think you in Miami. Big, crazy.
So because I know in Ghana that's a convo, right? So it was a big conversation many years ago during the year of return how many African nations were built away from using their beaches because the beaches represented trauma.
Them coming, yeah.
Beaches represented like, and everybody was like, listen, we not building near the beach. We don't. No beach.
That's very interesting. Okay.
Right? So now as the next generation, it's like, no, we want to make beaches and coming here to be on the beach and resorts on the beach a thing because for centuries.
That's kind of funny because it's true. Because growing up, it wasn't really a thing, like going to the beach. It was like cool, but it wasn't like how it is now.
So now it's becoming a thing.
Yo, now from Friday, if you look on the water, all you seen is yachts headed to the beach because it's like another island and they got like beach houses on it. People rent it 8 hours.
Not only is it a fun thing for residents to do, but it's also such a money opportunity as well.
Tourism. Definitely.
That's a tourism thing everywhere.
Definitely. A lot of people, like the dude that has the biggest beach resort in Dubai, he's already building in Lagos. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be crazy. Afro Nation's going to Lagos for the first time. So that's going to be fire.
So Afro Nation does Accra, December. They do Portugal. They did Puerto Rico. People travel from all over the world. It's a big weekend festival on the beach. Like, it's fire. So doing that in Lagos is massive. Massive.
Crazy.
So let's play some classics, bro. Let's play If. Let's play Fall. Let's play
go.
some new shit, too. What
Let's
do you want
get
to play?
into
What we playing?
Unavailable, Phil.
Let's play it. Davido's here taking over the program, man.
Let's go.
And, he's back outside with a new album, Timeless. And we love to have you back, man. We appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
man.
Thank you,
And thank
thank
you for
you.
coming by today.
God bless you. I'm ready.
Yo, so now there's a tour happening?
Yeah, July.
Okay.
We're doing a 5-6 arena tour first. You know what I'm saying? Just to test
In the US?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start with DC, Chicago, I think Boston.
How's the band? Same
Toronto.
band, new band?
Cause the composers, same band. The
Yeah.
composers, 6, arena tour. And then we go to Europe, do the arenas over there, and then we come back. I got to do the festival I was meant to do in Atlanta. I started a festival in Atlanta called Away Fest, called Are We African Yet?
I did not know this.
Yes, so it's gonna be a festival that I'm gonna be doing every year. That's why I'm talking about owning it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why don't we have our own summer jam?
Right.
Why?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing a festival. It's called Away Fest, and I'm booking Rema, Kiss Daniel. You know what I'm saying? A couple other people. Ashake.
Shake's on fire. That organized.
He came out of nowhere.
Organized. That's why I be playing you.
Organized. Fire. A couple other artists. So we're gonna be doing that every year. And my plan is to showcase the best talents every year. So it's gonna be like, yo, I gotta work so hard. I wanna go to Away Fest. That's the mindset. You know what I'm saying? So every year you come there, it's a whole new, set of people that are doing well, back home. And obviously I headline it. And then the first year is gonna be just me headlining. And then next year I'm trying to do like a headline.
Listen, J. Cole got a festival, Drake got a festival,
So
mad people got
Tyler.
a festival. Yeah, and then they did Chance and Vince,
they did
Vic
in
did
Ghana.
the Black Star Festival
with
in Ghana.
Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
It was lit. So we getting there, man. I'm
Davido
happy.
back. There he is. Give it up one time, Davido. Davido back outside. New album, Timeless. Go get it.
Let's go.